Hello everyone, my name is Kalia Soare, and today I'm going to discuss two countries that will sound very familiar to you, Saudi Arabia and Syria, and how their two government systems affected them during the Arab Spring protest and how it corresponds to where they are now. Excuse any background noises you may hear, I currently don't have my earphones on. Saudi Arabia and Syria were part of the Ottoman Empire for a very long time and had to live underneath their rules. Syrian Christians found themselves paying higher taxes because they did not worship the same religion that the Ottomans wanted them to. When the Ottoman Empire fell, the two countries sought to be independent. Unlike other ethnic groups like the Yazidis or the Kurds that have been in their reach for hundreds of years, they had enough resources to become their own country. But it wouldn't come so easy for Syria. After the fall of the Ottoman Empire, they found themselves underneath French occupation, underneath a mandate that was supposed to be nothing like colonialism, but sure felt like it. Though in 1946 they finally gained their independence from France, it became known as the Syrian Arab Republic. These two new Arab states found themselves at war with the newly formed Israel in 1948, which became known as the Arab-Israeli conflict. The Arab-Israeli conflict brought the attention of the international community and also laid down the foundation for ongoing conflicts. They also found themselves in the middle of the Cold War between the two superpowers, the US and the Soviet Union, which created long-lasting relationships between Syria and Russia and a shaky one between the US, Russia, and Saudi Arabia. Both countries held on to their strong Islamic beliefs and customs, and it did not change to align themselves with either democracy or communism. The two countries govern their people in a very different way. While Saudi Arabia has claimed absolute monarch power since it became independent, the Assad family didn't take power in Syria until the 1970 coup. The Ba'ath Party laid down foundations for the Assad regime to have absolute power in Syria. The president appoints members to the Council of Ministries, issues laws, amend the constitution, declare wars, and approves government 5-year plans. And the president is also supposed to serve a 7-year term, but the Assad family have ensured that their hold in Syria is for much longer. In Saudi Arabia, the royal family has all the power. The king is the prime minister and oversees the ministries within Saudi Arabia. He and his inner circle has complete influence over the policies that are made in Saudi Arabia, and since they implement conservative and religious values, there's almost no room for progressive changes. The religious establishment within Saudi Arabia has given the Al Saud family the legitimacy it needs to govern. Saudi Arabia and Syria have different cultures and customs too. While they both respect Islamic religious laws, Saudi Arabia laws have not always been for women. Women in Saudi Arabia often find it harder than men to become independent, own business, or even find themselves in powerful positions where they can create better policies for themselves. In Syria, when the Ba'ath Party took over in 1970, they pledged full allegiance to equality between men and women. Women are allowed to partake in everyday life along with men. However, because Syria has Sharia law, their political and social standings with other men are not guaranteed. However, women played an important role in the Arab Spring protest. The Arab Spring were a wave of protests, both violent and non-violent, that started in Tunisia and spread throughout the Middle East. The Assad regime did not believe that a protest that brought down the Egyptian government would happen, so they used the secret police to put fears in the hearts of the civilians, thinking it would stop or prevent any protest. But when teenage boys in Tana Dara were arrested and tortured by the Syrian police, it brought an uprising in Dara, and when the rest of Syria heard about it, they joined in too. The demonstrators clashed with the police, and after the burning of the Ba'ath Party Central, it became deadly. The police started to attack protesters, killing hundreds. This caused the protesters to create an opposition in Syria, which caused the civil war. Similar protests happened in Saudi Arabia, but not on the same level as Syria. The Al Saud family was able to contain it through investing more in citizens as well as using their military. The Al Saud family also benefits from the religious institutions in Saudi Arabia to help legitimize their rule. So when they created policies that made protests like Syria illegal and treason to the state of Saudi Arabia, people actually listened. Another thing is that Saudi Arabia is very diverse, and a lot of its inhabitants live in villages and towns in remote areas, making it easier to handle in times of disputes. In conclusion, as the Arab Spring came to an end, one county found itself more powerful than the other. The Al-Saud family strengthened their control in Syria and enforced harsher laws to protect their stance. They used a mixture of reward and punishment techniques to keep the protesters at bay. Syria, on the other hand, is currently going through a civil war where thousands have been killed or injured, half the population displaced throughout the world. The Al-Saud family survived because people believed that rebelling against the royal family would be rebelling against the Islamic law.